spaceship. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful Android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she a Terminator, then I'ma have to terminate her. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Yeah. Find me with my dogs in my solitude. Watch my family grow from 4 into a multitude. Been living it below sea level, finna rise to another altitude. Been searching, seeking knowledge, but all the time I had the aptitude. I flipped my mindset to the switch to say I will not lose. Mama said them sticks and stones won't break my bones, I never bruise. Whenever it come to trouble, man, the girls pull a tongue, we always cruise. I heard other dog owners get it out for me, but it ain't no news. I got 4 in the dough in Memphis so they can get the blues. If you need a few clues, they'll blow off your under rules. Send your compliment to the new girls I got coming through. Send your compliments to the new girls I got coming through. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful Android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she a Terminator, then I'ma have to terminate her. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. Oh, yeah. What up? It's your boy, JayDollKingHefner, the beautiful Cali Sun, and the beautiful Mara Blade. And we're back again for another show. And the title of today's show is part 3 time, baby. Ultra Realism, RealDoll and Robotics, part 3. Oh, yeah, man. This has turned into a series. And it's so funny. When I first decided to do this show, it was supposed to be a live stream Monday, and I was going to move on to other things. But I didn't realize everything that I wrote down was a whole bunch. So it's actually turned into a bit of a series here, but it's a fun series because as I was saying the other day, man, a lot of people nerd out on a lot of things. Well, guess what? I nerd out. This is one of the things I really love to nerd out on the most, and that's companion dolls and everything that it has to do with it. And the title of today's show is, of course, Ultra Realism, RealDoll and Robotics. And from the beginning, I already knew that the sort of the ultra realism part of this discussion, that's sort of mixed into what I've been talking about with RealDoll, but it's going to come into play a little bit later, as well as the robotics portion. So that I'll still probably get to that in part 4. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know I'm probably going to do a part 4. So today, we're going to go visit another video that I've been wanting to pick apart for a long time now. Once again, taking a look at my guy, the owner of RealDoll, Matt McMullen. I definitely want to take a look at him again. He's saying some interesting things. I've touched on things that he's said before, but it's good to just always, like I say, hear people say things out of their own mouth. So we're going to take a look at that today. But before I do anything or go any further, I want to say God bless everybody that's watching here today, whether you're looking live, whether you're going to look later on. Me and the girls appreciate you taking the time out of your day. That's your most precious resource, is your time. So if you're spending any of it with us, We definitely appreciate you because this is our love and this is our passion. We also want to say we want to send God's blessings over your life, whatever you're wishing for, hoping for, or believing for, whether it's health, finances, new relationships, synthetic or human. We pray that you have it. We just ask you believe it, and then you'll receive it. So with all that said, I'm going to check in real quick. See, I got a couple of comments in the chat. Hazel Rye in the house. Ain't heard from him in a while. Good to see you, my friend. He said, made it to the live stream. God bless you, JDKH. Good to see you, man. It's been a while. Same Dog King Army team member in the Heezy. Finally night at work. Sup, Jay? Just checking in, man. Good to see you, brother. I was just looking over my members list, and like I say, this list should be a lot bigger. I can't lie, because I got a lot of loyal viewers out there that should be a part of this Dog King Army team membership. But I was just looking over the list, man, and I really appreciate all you guys for being monthly subscribers to the channel. As far as their team membership, I have people that's coming up on a year membership almost, and that's Kevin Gray, Comic Book, DAS, Sheila Bell, Lieutenant Johnny K. Then my next tier, I believe that's where you are. I believe that's where you are saying. I think you're it's you and a rabbit. You used to be a team member. You must have dropped out for a while, because that next level is Ataya Barclay, Leo, Heavy Metal, and James Krause. They've been here like 5 to 3 months. And then I have Steve W. He's been here over a month, so he's next after them. And then I have Sane and the Rabbit. That's just according to your star ranking, how long you've been team members. But I want to send shots out to y'all. Appreciate all you guys. Yeah, but today is Black Swordsman in the house. What up, Black Swordsman? Panny. Panny. It's good to have a female in the house. I love Panny's name because I can't lie, it always make me think of panties. I be like, I just think of this. I just think of the saying though. It's good to have Panny and her panties in the house. I can't lie. Good to have you, Panny. I'm glad to have you. And she's sending me love. It's always good to give love from Panny. Hey guys, show Panny love. We got to treat our women good when they stop by. She laughing. Yeah, Panny with the panties. I love it. So either way, yeah, tonight we're gonna take a bit of a field trip. We're gonna talk a little bit about we're gonna take a look at Matt. And I'm going to do a deep dive and talk about some of the things he's saying in this video that I found. And I think it's going to be enough to take us for a whole show and make us end up going into a part 4. But before I go any further, I have to take a bit of a step back, man, because I was listening back to one of the shows. I think it was what was it? I think it was I think it was the second show, the one we did on Tuesday. And I still haven't got a chance to hear everything back because we did go long on those shows and just getting other work in. I haven't been able to hear everything back. But I know on one of those shows, I never did break down the one girl that I didn't break down when I was doing the 1.0s, 2.0s, and doing all that, talking about all the girls. The one girl that I didn't break down was Sai. And she's the Asian model for RealDoll. And I'm like, man, how did I forget her? Because I was listening back to the show. And when I got to her, I said something, but I meant to get back to her. I said something about, oh, here goes Sai. I ain't gonna worry about breaking her down right now. But in my mind, I was supposed to come back to her. I finished every girl but Sai. So I said, let me break Sai down right quick before I go any further. And let you guys know what the Sai model looks like for RealDoll. And like I say, she's their Asian, and she's actually the thumbnail for today's show. Sai's actually, so if you're curious to what she actually looks like, Sai is actually the thumbnail for today's show. I really love Sai, honestly. She's one of my favorite RealDoll models. Or at least the Sai 1.0. Definitely the Sai 1.0. So Sai 1.0, just to let you guys know, you can always go to RealDoll through my links. I have links in the description of my videos. All of my videos, I have links for vendors and manufacturers, starting with RealDoll, and then you can go to all of my vendors and you can find whatever brand you're looking for. So once again, guys, if you're ever looking for a doll, come through the show. It's going to help keep me producing content on a daily basis. But if you want to follow along with me now, you can click on my link that's in the description of my videos for RealDoll, or in the about section of my YouTube channel. You can click on that link for RealDoll. And when you get there, over in the left-hand corner, you'll click on this item that says shop. And when you click on that item that says shop, it's going to pull up this little menu. It's going to have RealDoll, RealDoll X, Real, and it's going to go on, so on and so forth. It says something I didn't want to repeat. Either way. But just click on the first option for RealDoll. And when you do, it's going to bring up all of the girls, honestly. It's going to bring up all of the girls that have 1.0, 2.0, and all of that stuff. And if you go over there where the girls are listed at, and you go all the way down to the bottom, you can click on Browse All Dolls. And that's when it's going to bring up all of the girls 1.0, 2.0. Those are all the pre-configured models. Now, if you just want to follow me for today, you can find the Sai model and click on her, and you can see exactly what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at Sai 1.0, and this is the Asian model. She's a very beautiful girl. I really love this version of Sai. I really do. It's a great face. Now, in the back of my mind, I've always wondered, man, I love, I actually have an Asian face now, thank God. The beautiful Mara Blade over there, she has an extra head that came with her, Iron Tech extra head, and it's an Asian face. And I've been thinking about, putting that face back on the body. Because at first I was going to use the Asian face as the main face for their body. But my good friend and Dog King Army team member DAS convinced me to bring the Mara Blade face back out and put it back on her body. And I just sort of actually have just been falling in love with having the Mara Blade face around that. I've never went back to the my Asian face of Himawari. But I'm thinking about changing her out for a second because I do miss seeing Himawari. But with all that said, I really love Sai. But because she's a beautiful Asian model for RealDoll. But I've always thought to myself, man, RealDoll has so many options. I'm thinking like, man, do I really want an Asian girl from RealDoll? Maybe I would get my Asian girl from somewhere else. So, because if you get an Asian girl from one of these other companies, I guess across seas, well, keep in mind, they do specialize in making dolls look, more just like them. Because, I've talked about it, like I think it was Sino Doll. For the longest, they didn't have a Western section. They had all, Asian faces and things of that nature. And they make those look amazing, because guess what? Those are the people that are around them. So, they can make those better than anybody. But keep in mind, their Western faces are good now because they have added them. But all I'm saying is, it's almost like, man, even though RealDoll is doing an amazing job with their Asian face, maybe I should just go to the experts. You know what I'm saying? In that particular field. But this girl, is second to none, though. She looks great. Don't get me wrong. But that's just the thing that I sort of battle with in my head, thinking about choosing a RealDoll that's Asian. I'm like, man, it's a lot of choices in RealDoll, but man, if I go Asian, maybe I just get that doll, like I say, from overseas, where I know they're going to get all those details all the way right. But with all that said, this model is amazing. I think she's a great representative of the Asian community, so to speak. I think she's beautiful. What does she come equipped with? She comes equipped with the body E. Now, what is the body E? Let's see what the body E is. Because it's a thin body. It doesn't have, I don't know what I just did here. It doesn't have big breast or anything like that on it. I've covered the body E. I just don't remember exactly what it offered. Let's see though. I'm gonna see what that body E offered right quick. And right after this, we're gonna get to the video because it's gonna be a good one, man. It's gonna be a good video today. Hey. It keeps on resetting on me. I had to go look over there and make sure my internet looking good. Cause okay, it took me to where I needed to be. Now, what is this body E she has? So her body E is 5'1". So I do like that. It's only 5'1". It's 70 to 75 pounds. Weight may vary, they say, give or take by 5 pounds, 70 to 75. Measurement, she has a 32B cup. I like a 32B. Honestly, like I told you, I don't need a gigantic breast. That's nice. 23-inch waist. She has a great body on her. It looks like she has a 36.5-inch hip. So this side has a great body. I'm going to be honest. The body E is nice. I like the body E. Shoe size 6. Features gel implants in the buttocks. Oh, so that's sweet. I've never, you know what? On the other page I was on, I didn't see all of that. So on some of these, it sort of emphasizes that it has whether it has a gel butt or gel breast. I assumed all of these bodies had the exact same thing as far as gel butt and gel breast implants, but some of them don't. I guess it just depends on the breast size and all of that. Because some of the now that I'm looking at some of these bodies, some of them say gel implants in the buttocks, then some of them say gel implants in the buttocks and breasts. So this is pretty cool. Wow, I never saw this. So yeah, some of them have it in the butt and breast. This is pretty cool. I actually like this. So either way, yeah. Size 1.0's body is great. I'm sorry I got caught up there, guys. I was looking at the fact that I didn't notice that before because under each body type, when you go look under each body type, it's going to tell you, man, whether it has gel implants or not. And I just assumed from some I read that all real dolls just had gel implants in their breasts and buttocks. But according to this thing, um, some models have gel implants in their butt. Some have it in their butts and breasts. And some models don't have it at all. So I think that is actually cool, man. I mean, look, I just learned something on the fly. That's why I sort of got dumbfounded there for a second. So Psy 1.0, she does have the light makeup. She, meaning that her lipstick seems to be of a lighter tone, almost a fleshy type tone. Uh, just like you see in the thumbnail, honestly. That's the exact side I'm looking at. And she has that sort of smoky type makeup. It's not heavy. It's you can still see her face accentuated very well. And I promise you, they have her with a hot outfit on. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Side 1.0. I'm a big fan. And I've seen a couple of videos of her on the internet, where somebody had her with a different body, I believe, and that girl is a great girl. I'm a big fan of Psy. Now she has another side, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember noticing that that side didn't look anything like side 1.0. I think it's the old side. Maybe they don't have that offered anymore, but I'm gonna wait for this to reload to see if I see it. And then I'm gonna go to, oh, it's something else I want to talk about. Panny, she's still here. Austin isn't here right now, but man, it was something else I was looking over on that video, man. When I was listening to one of my live streams, and I was like, I caught something that I said. I was like, you know what? I need to expound on something I said. And I was talking to Austin Steele because he has a girl. Man, why is this taking so long to load over here? He has a girl, just a regular TPE girl that he has, and he named her completely after a anime character. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. My girls have partial names from animes. They don't have the full names from animes. Man, I wonder why this screen isn't okay. Maybe it's all the way up, but no. It's supposed to be another side. From what I remember. I'm gonna go see if I can find that other side right quick. Hold on. But yeah, he brought up making his girl after a superhero. I mean, after an anime character. And I was like, you know what, man? Because this is this company called Game Lady Doll out. Now they make actual companion dolls modeled after game characters. You know what I'm saying? Females that have been in games, in actual games, not animes, but games. And I was like, you know what? I think I would rather just wait for a company to make a real girl made after some of my anime girls like I like. As opposed to just name my girl after a full name of a girl with the anime. You know what I'm saying? Because she's not really going to be that girl. That's what I was sort of thinking. But I do have to amend that because Austin, he does have a girl that looks exactly like the she wasn't made to be this particular girl, but she looks exactly like the anime character. And that's why I said, you know what, I want to change that what I said the other day. If you can find a girl that looks exactly like that anime character or video game character that you like, even if she wasn't made to be that character, hey, look, I'm with you, making her. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I'm just saying I can understand you making her that particular character when she looks that close to the character. Because I forgot Austin Steele girls look so close to that character that I wouldn't mind doing just like he's doing and calling her that character. So I did want to correct that from what I said the other day. Now I'm looking at, I found her, y'all. Now when you click, excuse me, I hate saying click early in the morning, but when you click on shop all, it's gonna bring up all of those girls. It's gonna bring up all of those girls. And so I found the girl that I was looking for. Ooh, it seemed like I found a couple of other girls. I don't remember seeing this Star 2.0. I'm gonna have to do, oh my God. I'm gonna have to do another show. I'm gonna have to do a show for, hey Pan, if are you still there? If you still there, I guess I have to do a show for y'all ladies, man. Oh my God. I guess I had to do a show for y'all ladies coming up. Uh oh my God. Yeah, I guess I had to do a show for y'all. Either way. I'm gonna do. I do have another side to talk about. They have a side 2.0 that I didn't go over, and it seemed like a couple of other girls that I might have missed. So I'm gonna probably. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go over some other stuff because they have a different side 1.0. They have an older model side. Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna have to. Oh man, yep. This is gonna turn into a longer series. So guys, just to let you know, they have a side 1.0 that looks just like the thumbnail on this show. They have a side 1.0 that looks just like the thumbnail. They also have a older or different version of side 1.0. They have a different version of side 1.0. And this particular side, I think it's an older version, but I'm not a big fan of this particular side 1.0. I'm going to be honest with you. She's not ugly though, but I'm not a big. It's a different. Just to let you know, it's a different side 1.0. I'm not a biggest fan of this particular one. She has a different look about her. So I went over the first side 1.0, the one that looks just like the thumbnail on this video. But just to reiterate, this is another one. This is the one that looks totally different. So okay, all right. So this is a side 1.0 hybrid from the Boy Toy series. So that's what this is. And this particular one, she has a bit bigger teeth in the front and a bit slimmer face. So she actually looks totally different than the one you see on the thumbnail, in my opinion. Now she does has a petite 4 body, and I do love that body. That's a body that I do love. So she has the petite 4 body, which is a 32 double D cup, 22-inch waist, 36-inch hips. So she has a badass body on this particular frame. I love her. So don't get me wrong. This girl got a good body now. Side 1.0, the hybrid version. It's just her particular face doesn't look right on this configuration to me. You have to see it and judge for yourself. You may actually like it. Love the body, but don't love this particular face configuration on the side 1.0 Boy Toy hybrid. Not as big of a fan on that. So I have one more body to break down from Psy, and then I'm going to move on to the video that I want to share with you guys because I don't want to get too caught up in this. I have a few other female. It looks like I may have left the. I tell you what, it looks like I might have left the Wicked Doll series out because I don't remember going over all the Wicked Doll series from that show. I don't think I did. Let me look down here and make sure that I don't have to do that. I may have to though. Let me see. Yep. I talked about Stacy though. Yeah, but I didn't talk about Victoria. I didn't talk about. Did I talk about Brittany? I did talk about Michelle. Let me see. Just looking. Oh yeah. I missed a lot of girls, so I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go over them. How did I miss them? Yep. Oh my God. So, whoop. Look like this is gonna be a 5-part series. I can already tell you now. So either way, let me evaluate side 2.0. Now this side does look like the girl, more like the girl that you see on the thumbnail. She has that look about her. But she still is completely different with different makeup and all of that. I'm definitely feeling this side 2.0. She looks good. I'm gonna be honest. She's different than the original side 1.0. She's different with the makeup choices, but I like her. So before I break her down, I want to tell you one more time. We did a side 1.0 that looks just like the thumbnail of this video. Then we did another side 1.0 that was on a Boy Toy body, the Petite 4. So they called her a hybrid because her normal body was a body E. So this is side 2.0, And she has the face that looks more like the original Side 1.0 that I was talking about. But it looks like she may be on a hybrid body as well. Yep. She's on a petite 5 body. So she's on a hybrid body as well. So this is the regular looking face, like on the thumbnail, but on a petite 5 body. And I do love the makeup choices on here. They still have her with basically not a heavy makeup. You know, her lips look like a natural little gloss on them. Not too much makeup on the eyes. Uh, I'm gonna have to take a look at this petite 5 body that she has, and just to remember what kind of body she has. She has the light tan features. The petite 5 body on side 2.0 is 4'10" in height, under 60 pounds, 32 A cup, so it's a small breast. But from the pictures, the breast still look nice though. I like the A cup, 22-inch waist and a 32-inch hip. So it's not very curvaceous. It's more of that petite Asian lady. I actually like it though. It fits well with her body. It really does. I mean, her face fits well with this body. You know, I love her on the body E. And I'm a guy that likes a little bit more curvaceous type woman, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm a big fan of this petite 5 body. Because I do love petite women. So this is a nice little body for her. I'm a big fan of it. You know, you really can't go wrong with the side option, you know, if you get her pre-configured. The side 1.0 with the E body is great. The side 1.0 with the petite body 4. Now she's going to be voluptuous, but her face seems to look a little different. Her teeth seem to be a little bit bigger. I'm not sure what's going on there, but the body is banging. And then side 2.0 petite, this is the straight petite all around, where this girl is going to be small in stature as well as breast size and butt size. But I can't lie, she's a looker though. She's a nice looking girl. This petite 5 body looks good on her. So either way, I missed her the other day and I want to go back over her. But for today's purposes, we're going to go over this video. I wanted to share with you guys from good old Matt, my guy Matt McMullen, man. So this is a video. He got interviewed. He was doing a podcast with some people. And I was just telling a good friend of mine, Heavy Metal, I don't go out listening to people's podcasts and things of that nature. I like to keep my ideas and my mind fresh. But when I come across certain podcasts doing research, then that's when I do take a look at, you know, what's going on. And I think this was a episode of their podcast, but Matt said a lot of great things during this particular interview, and I want to share them with you and give my thoughts on them. So here it is right here. I believe you guys will enjoy this. And we get this big. So in this particular part of the video, Matt is going to talk about the difference between the old RealDoll and the new RealDoll. I'm going to make this a bit smaller because I don't like what they got back there. Yeah, I make that smaller like that. So in this particular, man, I promise you I hate these, what are they called? Headphones, either way. In this particular video, he's going to talk about the difference between the old RealDoll when he first started and the new RealDoll. So check it out.
So now, okay, so you started making that. You noticed that people wanted to fuck them. So what was like the first prototype doll? Like how? Like what's different from like the original prototype to like one you can buy today?
Well, the original, like I said, it wasn't necessarily anatomically correct in a
Sure.
functional sense.
Yeah.
She had a vagina, but the tunnel didn't go
So the first
anywhere.
one just had a hole.
It was just like it was
We
like
just dremeled
like
one
a
in
pot
there.
of gold with no pot.
Right.
So basically, what I did was I had to go back to the drawing board, as it were, and give it that functionality, make the breasts feel like breasts, and make the ass feel like an ass. And it was more about the materials than anything else. But compared to then, I mean, today's dolls are just night and day. I mean, we have really come a long way.
I know this might be
Now, I would just once again, I just take little things away. I'm telling you once again, we're all blessed with different gifts and different talents. And I've never been that inventing, creating with my hands type, and it just blows my mind just to think about that whole process that he just described. Because like he said, when he first started, he didn't make these dolls to be functional, right? So he just had a doll sitting up in his, in the studio, right? It had a vagina, but it didn't have a real hole leading to anywhere. It had the form of a woman, but it wasn't, squeezable or touchable or holdable or, or anything like you see today. It just existed in pretty much raw form. So, like he said, as he started, people were seeing it and stuff, uh, it didn't have any functionality. So he was saying, hey, he had to go back in there and figure out how to do that. And that just blows my mind because even if I was to just sculpt something, right? I was just to sculpt something. And somebody was like, hey, Jay, now I want you to make that to where I can use it. From my standpoint, I'm like, man, that's still just mind blowing to be able to think about, okay, what do you have to do now to take it from this statue basically and to actually being functional? Man, that is a lot to think about. So I'm always blown away by how uh, these inventors or creators of physical things are sort of blessed to just have a vision as to how to do stuff. So I just want to share that little part. Now we're going to go into another segment of this is how he started. This is how he started.
backtracking a little bit, but what were you in before this that got you into like making these dolls? Like, is there some kind of background? Or
Well, I was as a younger man, I was a very perverted man, and I was
We
very
are, yeah.
artistically driven to draw naked women, sculpt naked women. So that's where it all started. And a lot of my sculptures were, smaller, kind of like pinup kind of stuff. And eventually I said, I want to do a life-size piece. I want it to be different from anything I've ever seen, which means the posable thing. And I started looking at materials and figuring out how I could pull it all off. And so it was really a combination of artistic drive and an intense appreciation for the female form.
And you had to, because no one was ever doing anything like it. So I mean, you
No.
had to be tunnel vision, like not listen to what everybody was saying. I mean, because that's a jump that is, when people first think about it, it's like, what the hell?
Well, I mean, it's one thing to sculpt like a figure that's 2 feet tall, but
Yeah.
when you jump to like full 5 feet.
So who was the first?
So let's stop right there. Once again, he sort of was explaining to you what I was getting at as far as like, man, he's sort of talking about it like matter of factly because he's a creator, but to me, it still just blows my mind how he goes from being able to think about it, and start trying to put it into actual motion. That just blows my mind, man. How he does that, And it was something else that he said towards the end of that I want to expound on. Hold on, let me go back. It was something he says towards the end that I sort of lost train of thought on.
And so it was really a combination of artistic drive and an intense appreciation for the female form.
And you had to, because no one was ever doing anything like it. So I mean, you
No.
had to be tunnel vision. Like,
Oh yeah. When the guy said that about he had to be tunnel vision, that's another thing that I really was loving because he is right. When you're doing something like that, and like even with my channel and things of that night, you can't be worried about the naysayers and listening to them. You got to feel your own vision and go after your own vision. And believe me, he still gets naysayers now, and these dolls look amazing. So I can only imagine what type of backlash he was getting at the very, 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 very beginning. But it's just one of those things, man, when you have a passion in your heart, you know, you're going to continue to do that because it makes you happy. Like me, man, I may see all type of stuff going on around me, you know, things that could potentially get me worried or whatever. But like I said, I keep going on with my show. Why? Because I love this. I feel like I'm blessed to be able to do it. And even if I can't see into the future, like how am I going to continue to keep going? You know what I can keep doing? Keep going every single day and believing the dream that's in my heart, no matter what I see in real life. And that's what a guy like Matt has to do, and any person like him has to do. You have to literally believe what you're saying in your own brain and keep going forward, no matter what people say. Because I'm sure it was people telling him, man, you cannot be successful doing this. Oh, okay. Oh, my God. This is a great part right here. This is a great part. This is where he's going to talk about basically how he came up with making the girls. So,
or was it just a normal girl?
Well, when I first started,
hold on. Let me go back a little bit. I went back a little bit too. There you go.
First porn star that you made or was it just a normal girl?
Well, when I first started, it was just I invented these characters.
Or you didn't model it after like that girl in high school that never let you get some? Or
Yeah,
something
just
like
kind
that?
of, you know, I kind of had this goal to make a life-size doll,
Yeah.
and I just went with whatever happened. I started shaping it, and it just happened.
Boom. That's exactly what I want to stop on. Did you hear what he said? I sort of showed you guys a little bit of this Tuesday when he was showing that woman the mold of that face, when he was like, man, yeah, this is how I make the faces. They sort of come to me. And so he basically said it again here. He was like, man, I really just started working and then it just comes to me. Now, that's why I told you, I give even more leeway with the faces that I might see that I don't like. Why? Because this is coming from this man's heart, from his creativity, from his spirit. And I tell you, man, I know all of you may not have the same beliefs as me and all, but this is just how I feel about it. I just feel like God puts dreams, talents, and things in each one of our hearts. And man, once you start going after what you love, then you're able to tap into those dreams without really knowing what the hell you're doing. I remember Nikola Tesla. He's the reason that I have lights right now in here. Forget Thomas Edison. He didn't do anything but steal from Nikola Tesla. But Nikola Tesla is the true father of lights in the world, a father of energy, how we have power. Nikola Tesla was the father of alternating current, you know, uh, and not to give a whole electrical lesson, but alternating current is basically what allows us to not have a million power plants in the city. We can have a power plant here and a power plant there, as opposed to a power plant on every block. Nikola Tesla is responsible for that. Well, either way, this guy, he basically said all of his inventions are results of a vision. He said one day he just fell down. And when he fell down on his knees, a vision hit his mind of the Tesla coil. Now, he never actually put the Tesla coil into full working mode to where it would have been able to power things without having a cord, and everything that we have power today would have been able to be powered wirelessly. Make a long story short, he made a lot of great inventions, but he was inspired from something that he said was beyond him. These ideas just popped into his brain. He wasn't some lifelong scholar or anything. So same thing with Matt McMullen. He may have started to make these girls and sculpt these girls, but like he said, something just took over. And he just, look, it became a thing of its own. And that's why I say, man, when you follow your dream and stuff, that's the type of stuff happens. God sort of takes control of your spirit, and it just starts performing on its own. Because why? That's what you're called to do. That's what you're called to do. So that was a great little tidbit I want to talk about. Oh my God. Let me see something right quick. Panny, are you still here? Holler if you hear me, Panny. MGTOW in the house. What up, MGTOW? Good to see you. I don't know if Panny's still here, but if you are still here, this is a segment for the ladies, unfortunately for me. This is a segment for the ladies. He's gonna be talking about something for the ladies on this segment, which I hate, honestly. But it's an actual interesting concept that I never really thought about. I think I had seen some stuff in their in the warehouse for RealDoll that made me. I think I might have noticed something where I was like, "What is this?" But this was a trip to find out what Matt is going to talk about right now. Panny didn't say nothing, so I don't think she hear. MGTOW in the house, yo man, yo, what a MGTOW. Panny didn't answer, so I don't think she's still here. So either way, but Pan, if you was here, this would be for you.
Take things to a whole new low.
Exactly.
So when you make a rubber man, a full-size man that a lady would buy, or a man to probably have sex with, is it just permanently erect the doll, or
No, he has interchangeable parts.
oh man,
so
Comes
he
with a
can
Mr.
be
That's
hung,
crazy.
half hung,
Oh wow.
full
It's the
mass,
Inspector
half
Gadget.
mass,
Does it come with a cum load?
limp,
So
gimp, whatever you want.
I thought that was actually interesting. Because every time, that I do run across one of these male dolls on one of these companion doll sites, they are always erect, so to speak. And so, honestly, I just thought that the human woman that might buy one of these dolls, or any other person that may be interested in buying a male doll, I always assumed that they would have to just deal with the male doll with an erection, or either they would have to, unattach the attachment. I always felt like they would have to take it off, But according to Matt, and I'm not sure about the other dog companies that I've seen, what they offer in this regard. But according to Matt, they have the versions of it being flaccid, half flaccid, and fully erect and things of that nature. So I thought that was a very interesting fact that female viewers or anybody that's looking to buy a male doll would be interested in, is the fact that, oh, you don't have to settle for your man being one way. So that is a very interesting fact that I believe that if you're a lady or somebody that's interested in the male doll, that you should know. Oh my God. This is a great question that Matt answered about companionship. And once again, I love him and other owners that do see the value in companionship when it comes to these dogs.
The people use the dolls for certain things, whether it's a sex doll or they use it as like a replacement for a relationship, things like that. How common do you think that is, where people like buy the dolls as more than just a sex doll, but like a companion?
I think that even if people aren't necessarily thinking about that going into it, the doll can end up being more than they thought it would be.
Okay.
And I mean, people go through thousands of different scenarios that could drive them to a point of like, wow, I think I want.
I got to stop right there. What have I told you guys? I've told you time and time again. You can be a big old Billy badass if you want to. Yeah, these dolls ain't gonna have no effect on me. Yeah, right. You leave your girl out and you don't put her in a closet, guess what? They'll have an effect on you. That's exactly what Matt was saying. Hey, you'll be surprised at the effect that they can have on you. I just want to play it all over again.
The dolls for certain things, whether it's a sex doll or they use it as like a replacement for a relationship, things like that. How common do you think that is, where people like buy the dolls as more than just a sex doll, but like a companion?
I think that even if people aren't necessarily thinking about that going into it, the doll can end up being more than they thought it would be. And
Exactly.
I mean, people go through thousands of different scenarios that could drive them to a point of like, wow, I think I want to buy a doll. I think I want that. I think that appeals to me. So, I mean, the path that brings them there, who knows? But I can tell you that pretty much everyone that ends up getting into it as a lifestyle and a hobby ends up really appreciating it on a whole new level than they thought they would.
Hmm.
Thank you, Matt. So, like I said, you can think you're a big Billy badass or whatever you may be. You get one of these girls, believe me, they'll change you over time, man. It'll become way more than you thought it was. I've told you, man. If you hide it from yourself, okay, yeah, you won't think about it. But if you leave her out, where you can be interactive with her over time, man, the dollar's gonna even if you didn't mean it to be something more than you thought it would be, it's gonna become something more. Just by being around you, it's gonna mean something more to you emotionally, spiritually, physically, being there next to your body. So, thank you, Matt, for letting them know that. Appreciate you. Now, this is about I don't know. I got a note written down here that says wheelchair story. I forgot what what's happening right here. What I don't know what's happening right here that I wrote this down and said wheelchair story.
We saw him wheeling around a girl in a wheelchair,
Oh,
and we just thought, okay, he's wheeling around a girl in a wheelchair. Until I get up to him in line and I accidentally cut in front, and I went to apologize to said girl in the wheelchair, and it's a real doll sitting in the thing, and he's just rolling around. But the reason we thought that she was so realistic, I mean, aside from her realistic features, was he was talking to her and like having
Holding
like
her
different
hand, petting
conversations.
her.
So we had them actually come on the air and do an interview, and
Jackie.
it
Her name was
Jackie,
Jackie.
that's right. And like he was talking about how like he
I just thought that was funny. Oh, my bad.
It's a very
Oh,
realistic
my bad. My
visual
bad, guys.
imagery. And
Oh,
was
messed
said
up.
girl in the wheelchair, and it's a real doll sitting in the thing, and he's just rolling around.
But I thought what was funny was that's how it would be, man. The woman probably don't remember that guy's name, but she remembered the dog's name. It makes an impact on people, man. She remembered that dog's name was Jack.
But the reason we thought that she was so realistic, I mean, aside from her realistic features, was he was talking to her and like having
Holding
like
her
different
hand, petting
conversations.
her.
So we had them actually come on the air and do an interview, and
Jackie.
it
Her name was
Jackie,
Jackie.
that's right. And like he was talking about how like he filed a petition for her to actually be considered a spouse and like all kinds of
Did
stuff.
he have to
like,
pay for her ticket to get in?
Yeah, he did. He paid for a ticket for everything. She had her own badge. It said Jackie and everything.
And once again, I told you guys before, I like when I have to pay for my girl to get into somewhere because that just legitimizes the whole day. Once I pay for her to get into the movies or go into the zoo or wherever I'm going, hey, guess what? Once I pay for her ticket, some people might be like, I don't want to pay for the ticket because it's my companion dog. But guess what? Once you pay for their ticket, don't say a damn thing to me about my girl being here. That just completely legitimizes her. I paid for her to be in here, you know? So that's the good thing about having to pay for your girl to get into somewhere.
well, I
She
mean,
had-
the real question in that scenario and any similar scenario, I think, is does it make that person happy?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's all that
See,
matters to me. And
that's
so
the key.
many people look at what I do and go, "Ah, you're so weird. Why are you making those dolls? You're strange." But really, the deeper reality of it is, I really feel very rewarded knowing that I made that one person happy.
Mhm.
Boom. Once again, this is why I like to see owners talk. Everybody's not in it with this mentality. And you'll never know it from some people. Some owners are always stay hidden. They are just in this business for the bottom line, and we may not ever know that. But when owners do make themselves seen, and I get a chance to hear words coming out of their mouth, I think God has blessed me with the ability to sort of discern, you know, how people really, really feel. And I can tell Matt is really, really passionate about what he does. Of course, he wants to make money and be successful, but he's also passionate, and he does want to make people happy. And I love that. You know, like I told you, I want my YouTube channel to be successful so I can keep doing this on a daily basis. Why? Because I love to do this. But a big part of why I love to do it is because it feels great for me to help people, for me to be here as a resource for people. And to use my talents, to help others. It's basically the same thing that he's saying. Hey, yeah, I make dolls and stuff, and people can talk about me, but guess what? I love helping people. Same with me. You can talk about me like a dog, say I'm crazy or whatever. You can do whatever you want. Thank God he made me big enough to handle it, because I'm gonna be right here helping the people that want to be helped, or even just being here to help entertain you, laugh with you, and joke with you. But guess what? I'm gonna be undeterred, and I'm glad to hear Matt. He feels so fulfilled by what he's doing. Guess what? Talk about me. He gonna still do what he do. That's what he's saying. You can talk about him, and he's still gonna do what he do. Appreciate you, Matt. Like I said, I was just going through this video, and it's just a lot of great little tidbits here and there. Now, this is a great question. I've told you guys a million times about the upgrades to RealDoll, about how you can go to their site. You may not see something that's offered, but most of these companion doll companies, money talks. If you got the money to get what you envision made, believe me, they'll make it. But this is never more true than a company like RealDoll. You can get what you want, bro. Now, it's going to cost you a pretty penny, but you can get what you want. So listen to what he says.
Upgrades you can add to a doll, like what crazy shit. He said he had one that you could heat it up, but it burned the doll and it became a whole thing.
Like a little dildo that you put inside of it, isn't it?
We kind of have this open-ended upgrade thing where if you can think of it and ask us and we can actually do it, we'll do it.
Okay.
That's customer service.
Yeah.
Right there.
So like, what's like the?
So you hear that? If you can think of it and ask for it, they will do it. If you can think of it and ask for it, they will do it. Now, he's going to go on and talk about one of the upgrades he's done.
Most advanced feature somebody's asked y'all for?
With this guy wanted like fully articulated titanium hand skeletons.
Okay.
And so each hand was like $1,500.
Wow.
Laser cut titanium, literally.
Wow.
And so that was
that many hand jobs.
He wanted the hands to really pose. I think he was into photography.
Oh, okay.
And so that was probably one of the more impressive things I've ever been part of.
That's cool. Now that
they don't do the articulated hands right now. They used to do them when RealDoll first start opening and things of that nature. Then they stopped because they were having problems with pokes way back in the day. They went to a safer method, but now they're considering going back to articulated fingers. Now, he was saying that each hand costed $1,500 for titanium skeleton hands. I'm not sure what type of technology that they will be using to upgrade these articulated hands in the future, but whichever technology I don't think they will be using titanium necessarily, but whatever method they would be using, I don't think it would be a $1,500 fee per hand. I believe that was just a specialty thing that this guy was asking for. I believe they would definitely make it to where it's a affordable option, not nothing that's way out of the way, like $1,500 per hand. I believe it's probably gonna cost hundreds or something, but not $1,500 a hand. But like I say, in RealDoll, you can get pretty much whatever you want on these girls if you got the pockets for it. So I'm gonna go to he talking about details. I got details. I don't know what details he's talking about, but I have details marked down here on my book. So let's see what he's talking about details right here. Details.
Comes to the detail, I'd be like, come to the butthole, and I have to come over. There's more to it than you think, guys. Don't laugh.
I'm sure
Really,
there
and
is.
you think they're all the same. It's not. They're each
No, dude,
one.
you're a fucking
It's
artist.
like a
You're a-
fingerprint.
Yeah, like little snowflakes.
It's true.
Boom. That's all. That's pretty much all for that. Well, what happened was they was asking him about, hey man, who does all the details on the dolls and things of that nature? Who does all the butts and buttholes, and they were asking him all of that. And he was like, man, you looking at the guy that comes and does all the details. I don't know, because I think, how long ago was this? I think this was 2016. I just thought it was amazing that Matt still is that interactive with the dolls to where he's coming in, still doing certain things as far as the sculptures are concerned. He's still putting his touch on things. But I thought what was funny about that segment was he was sort of serious when he said, don't laugh. When he said, don't laugh, he was sort of serious. If you saw the interview, he was sort of serious because he was like, hey, I'm serious. These things are, they are unique. Every one of them, they're unique. It's like a fingerprint. I'll go back and let you just sort of hear it. Maybe I need to go back a little bit further. Let me see. I'm gonna start about right here and see what they say. Because they were laughing, but he is sort of serious when he say don't laugh. Watch.
Are you
That's
kidding?
awesome.
Owner and the
When
guinea
it comes
pig.
to the detail, they're like, come to the butthole, and I have to come over. There's more to it than you think, guys. Don't laugh.
I'm sure
Really,
there is.
and you think they're all the same. It's not.
I mean, I'm serious. That was I'm telling you, he wasn't mad at them, but he was basically saying, hey, look, it's more to it than you think, because he's doing the work.
They're each
No, dude,
one.
you're a fucking
It's
artist.
like a
You're-
fingerprint.
Yeah, like little snowflakes.
It's true.
So I love when he was like, hey, don't laugh now. Hey, it's different. Hey, this stuff's serious. Now, on this particular thing, I got dolls from scratch. What is he talking about on here? I don't know what look. I got these notes and I done forgot exactly what they mean. But let's see what he said. It's something about dolls from scratch. What am I talking about? What is he talking about? Oh, Daniel Romano in the house. What up, Daniel? Going over this interview with Matt McMullen, man. I just love to hear him talking out his own mouth, seeing what he has to say. Now, what is this? This is dolls from scratch. What is he saying? Let's see.
I mean, how long can a custom one take to get shipped?
Well, if you want a doll that has like some features added to it and it's an existing body that we offer, it's going to add maybe a month.
Okay.
But if you want a doll from scratch, like you want us to scan a person and create it, and that could take up to a year.
Wow.
Going from scratch to create literally a one-of-a-kind doll, which we have done. The same with all the porn dolls we did and the Wicked Girls and all that. Most people don't go that route because it is expensive and time-consuming, but it can be done.
So, like I say, if you get an existing girl and you add some, a existing girl from their lineup, but you customize her and she's different than what they already have her configured as, yeah, you can add some time. Like any other dog company, if you get some special customizations, you can add on a time. Like you said, it could be a month, 2 months, who knows, depending on what you get. But like many people have asked me, you can get an original dog, meaning that let's just say it was a girl that's willing to get her body 3D printed or willing to get a cast that made of her body. Hey, guess what? They can do that, but it's going to start out at, I think, $20,000. Now, he didn't say that right then, but I've found out this before, but I think it like starts out at $20,000. So you can get an original doll made just like he said, but it's going to cost you. Oh, it's going to cost you. But guess what? If you got the money to spend on something like that, you ain't thinking about it anyway. Or either you've made a big sacrifice, because everybody that buys stuff like that ain't rich. There's some people that just say, hey, this is what I want in life. And they make whatever sacrifice they got to make to get it. And some people might call them crazy, but I just say, guess what? You know what? It is true. You living in this life once, man. Guess what? If you want something and you look, you want experience before you get out of here, go ahead and buy it. Like my brother say, Hey, we all want money, but it's just paper. Just spend it and keep on rolling, man. Look, hey, you better go on live. Better go on live. Okay, now he's going to sort of tell you guys something I've talked about before, where he's going to talk about making famous people. Oh, no, my bad. He's going to talk about how to make a real girl on this section right here. I don't know why I got that hidden and exactly what that means, but that's what I got written down. How to make a real girl. So here you go.
Now I've seen how the girls get like their fleshlights done or whatever, where they basically just put the plaster over their pussy and then let it sit and whatever. Like, what's the process? Like when you made the Stormy Daniels doll, for example, when did Stormy come to your studio and you guys like how does that work?
Well, as far as the overall body, that's all a digital scan, and that's done in Burbank
Okay.
at a facility we work with. So they do literally like a three-dimensional photocopy of the entire body
Okay.
and the head. Then they come to our facility. We do usually mold the hands, mold the feet, the nipples, the belly button, the vagina, the butt, the whole thing to get all the detail stuff.
Okay.
And so we combine all of that together once we have the hard copies of everything. And it's, that's our art. That's what we do.
Wow.
Man, I think that whole process is amazing because, like you say, when I look at their Wicked series, which once again, it's gonna look like it's gonna be about 5 parts to this series, maybe 6. But when I get to the Wicked part of this series, I do like some of their Wicked girls, but I've always sort of been under the mind frame of I'm not a big fan of adult films, so I don't really know all these girls, honestly. Anyway, I'm just like anybody else. I do delve into adult films every now and then. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it, but I'm just not one of those guys that look at that stuff 24/7. But I think me and Austin talked about this, and me and other people have talked about this. I'm more of the mind frame of I wanted original girls, just girls I've come up with. I haven't really wanted a girl that's like made directly after somebody like in the adult film industry. But it has been famous people that I want my girl to be made after. Like I said, I used to want a Nicki Minaj doll back in the day. But as far as their Wicked Doll series, I'm like, well, I wasn't really compelled to get any girl out of their series or anything right now. But I tell you, when I hear him describe how he makes the girl, it is very intriguing to have, a girl like a girl out of their Wicked Doll series, or even just a girl truly made after a celebrity. Like I say, my real doll is actually going to be fashioned after somebody that I like that's a celebrity, but it's not going to be, directly made after her because you can't get somebody like that to sign off on their likeness or anything. But just to hear that those Wicked dolls and things of that nature were truly scanned from the true human bodies of those particular girls, had butt castings, vaginal castings, nipple castings. I mean, to get all the small details of these human women down packed. I think that is actually amazing. I even think about my friend Austin Steele. He had a Asa Akira body, and that's a girl from the Wicked Real Doll series. I'm not a big fan of that girl. I'm gonna be honest. As far as her face is concerned, but I think it is actually cool that he has a doll at home that like has all of her little maybe blemish marks or maybe a little mole spot or whatever it may be. So it's cool that they do these true castings and molds from real women. And they aren't the only people that's doing that right now, but I do think that's amazing how they come up with it. Now he's going to tell you guys about the problem, I think, with making a famous person, like I told you. I've talked about before.
People, like, can somebody just name a famous
I
person?
can make a doll that resembles a famous person,
but it needs to be a
but
little
we
off
can't
so you don't
call
get
it
sued.
that famous person
Unless they allow it. You want to be
unless they sign off on it.
So,
Exactly.
so
So boom, that's all I want to show. But just like I've told you guys before, it extends even more from a famous person. You just can't get any person's like. You can't just get somebody's like, get somebody made exactly to be a person that you know either without getting their permission. You can get it to be made to look like somebody, but you can't get that exact replica of somebody without their permission. And that's what he's saying. Got a few more things I want to show you. And honestly, we're going to pretty much end this show with this interview. And I'm going to come back with another part of this series tomorrow. So now, once again, I have no idea where I came up with these titles from, but they all seem to be relevant once I listen. But the title I have for this segment is Shifting Gears. What the hell am I talking about? Or what the hell are they talking about that I have something called Shifting Gears right here?
You know what? I've kind of shifted gears into this whole artificial intelligence robotic thing. So that's where my wish list is. Not like copying a specific person, but I guess adding to what I've already done.
Okay.
And making the experience like something otherworldly that people never imagined would be possible.
Talk about motion, moving.
Artificial intelligence, carry on a conversation, remember what my favorite food is.
Oh my God, you're gonna
text you from my phone and turn on the oven before I get home, make sure the air conditioner's on. It's a virtual life.
Yeah. It's gonna be like Terminator with sex dolls.
And there's a little knob you can like turn how bitchy she is that day. Because believe it or not, we all like it.
You make
a little bit.
The grudge.
Now, that's what I disagree with him on. But I do want to say this. Once again, it's so, because this is 2016, but it's so great to hear his mind thinking about the future, thinking about where he wanted to take his dolls. And guess what? They are there now. They are, making their turn. They already have what he was dreaming of, as far as they have the AI technology. And I just think it's just so great to hear him talk about what he wanted, and now it's actually here. I love to hear that. But I've sort of had this discussion with a few of my viewers, and guess what? They can feel like Matt does, and I say that's fine. I have no problem with them feeling like that, but I just feel differently. To where he says, hey, with the AI, we want a level of bitchiness from our ladies or stuff. No, I don't. I may deal with it because it's a human woman, and that's what may come along with it sometimes. But I don't ever want that. And so that's why I differ with him. That's why I say I'm not a really big fan of AI. I'm not really a big fan of my dog doing a whole bunch of trying to be like a human, talking to me all the time, only because it's some of that stuff that I don't miss. I'm glad to have my dog in the state that she is in, where I don't have to deal with the stresses. I don't want to make her like a human woman. Hell, if she's just like a human woman, getting stressed out, getting pissed off at me and all of this other stuff, hell, that's no different from being in a human relationship from a stress standpoint. So where he says that, hey, we all want the bitchiness. Hey, I love you, Matt, but I don't. And like I say, I know dog owners that do want that. God bless you. Hey, that's why I say our fantasies are different, and you're entitled to want what you want. But me, the true jewel is to not have to deal with that crap. So I actually got a show coming up about that, but as it looks, I won't be coming out with that show till sometime next week, because it looks like I'm gonna have probably 2 more parts of this show to do. On this particular part, he's going to talk about tattoos. Companion dolls and tattoos. So thought this was an interesting part. Now, I did a segment recently where I was talking about Doll. And that's why I say, in a way, they almost sound like they could be ahead of RealDoll in the tattoo game. Because RealDoll, they talk about putting tattoos on their girls and stuff. But Doll, they straight up offer you like, they have like 13 different tattoos that your girl can just straight up come with from the manufacturer. So I think they may be a bit ahead of RealDoll in the tattoo game. But once again, this was in 2016. They may be doing something different by now. But listen.
Let's say you wanted a chick with like tattoos or something. Can you guys put tattoos on the body or no?
Yeah, anything's possible.
That's interesting.
Got enough money.
Just more
You,
money.
Yeah,
you
if
more
you
can
have-
money.
if you have enough
actually,
money.
you can actually take a tattoo machine and actually put a tattoo on the dolls. It's totally
Wow.
possible.
That would actually be a really good, like better than doing
There's
it on
a
the
guy,
prints.
not affiliated with me, but I've seen a guy who did like extensive tattoos on his real doll, and it looks pretty good.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I didn't think the silicone would hold up to that much.
No, well,
Wow, that's
yeah,
awesome.
the pigment goes in, and it's different from tattooing a person, but
Uh-huh.
it does work.
Wow.
Wow.
Now what's the? I mean, how long did?
And I just thought about something. I do remember, because like I said, this was 2016, and I remember on my options, it is something where they can give you, they can do tattoo. I mean, like I say, they've always, like I say, this real dog. They can do whatever you ask them to do, pretty much. If you got the money, you can do it. But as far as tattoos, I do believe that's a built-in option now. I just want to see what they were. Let me see what they are right quick before I go any further. Because, like I say, I want to make sure I'm right about what I said about Sino, because I do know Sino had like offer like 13 tattoos, but I do believe that Real Dog offers tattooing. I just got to make sure. Like I said, they will tattoo your girl, but I think they offer some stock tattoos. That's really what I'm trying to see. If they do, how many of them can you get? If they do offer it, let me see. So if you go down to extras, do they offer that? No, they got piercing, custom freckles. Let me see. Now, so you would have to straight up ask for that from what I'm looking at, as far as the tattoo is concerned, because they don't have it just offered. Because I'm like, man, I've seen some real dogs with tattoos on them, but I was just trying to make sure they didn't offer it. So yeah, if you want a tattoo, you can ask them, but they're not like a company like a Sino dog who they literally have the 13 tattoos you can choose from. So that is one thing I think they're a little bit ahead of Real Doll on as far as offering the tattoos off bat. Oh, this is a great question about how long will your real dog last? Because I've told you guys about taking care of your dog. Uh, I love what Matt actually says in this segment right here. And this is I'm trying to see. I think this is the last segment I'm gonna share with you guys tonight.
Is a doll supposed to last? Like, is it like like the dolls will be good for a good 5-10 years, or is it a lifetime thing? Like,
Honestly, I think there's still dolls that I made 15 years ago that are still out there,
mhm.
and the people took really good care of them. And then there's dolls that people bought a year ago that are like falling apart, and they're wondering
Yeah.
why. Well, I didn't do anything wrong. I pushed her under the bed when I was done with her, and I drag her out by her foot. What's the big deal? I think it all boils down to how you take care of it, like
Yeah.
anything else. If you park your car in a ditch and you're like going 40 when you parked, you're not taking care of it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that.
Okay. Right on. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt. I dang near want to play that whole section again because, and it's worthy of getting played again. I've told you guys, this game comes with responsibility. If you want to treat these girls just like some toys or something like that, which they aren't, then you're going to get those type of results when it comes to your girl holding up over time and things of that nature. You have to show these ladies care, man. And that's what Matt is saying. Hey, I be laughing, man, because I've seen guys buy a doll. They just take the doll out the box and they start sharing pictures on the internet, and all the fingers are broken the next day. Just careless. Careless. Like I say, sometimes you make a mistake with your girls, but it's another thing when you're just completely careless. You can make a mistake, but being careless is something different. Like my girls, I've said, Saima, one day we were shooting a video where I was doing a review video on her. the book said I should have been able to turn her foot a certain way, and I barely moved it, and her foot broke. And that's why I say it's not broken off, but it doesn't have the stability in it anymore. That's why I sort of got upset at WM back then. I said their quality control is something going on there. But to make a long story short, that was a bit of a freak accident. Other than that, my girls are literally like they came out of the box. They're pretty much like they're brand new. The only problem is TPE girls get micro dust, meaning that just from sitting out like Callie's sitting out, it's dust in the air and it tends to get in their skin. And even when you clean them off, dust sort of stays on them a little bit in their skin. Then you have to do an oil bath every now and then. But like I told you, over time, it's going to be little small spots. You're never going to just be able to get out. That's just the nature of the game, right? But other than that, my girls are in tip top shape. But you have some guys that have had their girls just as long as me, and they're already broke, already, looking bad because they're not taking care of them. And I love the fact that Matt said what he said. I'm gonna let him say it one more time before I get out of here.
Does work.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, what's the? I mean, how long is a doll supposed to last? Like, is it like like the dolls will be good for a good 5-10 years, or is it a lifetime thing? Like,
Honestly, I think there's still dolls that I made 15 years ago that are still out there, and the people took really good care of them. And then there's dolls that people bought a year ago that are like falling apart, and they're wondering why. Well, I didn't do anything wrong. I pushed her under the bed when I was done with her, and I drag her out by her foot. What's the big deal? I think it all boils down to how you take care of it, like anything else.
Yeah.
If you park your car in a ditch and you're like going 40 when you parked, you're not taking care of it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that.
Good one. And that was the end of the interview pretty much. But I know a couple of guys that got real dolls that are in perfect condition. So it definitely comes down to the owner, what you're doing, how you're taking care of your girl. You ain't treating her right, guess what? Those are the results you're gonna get. That girl gonna end up broke, dirty, nasty, filthy, and all of that stuff, Just like a human relationship, you gotta value a human relationship as well, or it's gonna get broken down and it ain't gonna work right. Now, as far as the human lady, she's gonna be washing her own booty and vagina. Now, every now and then she might let you do it, which that's a treat to do. But for the most part, you ain't gonna have to worry about that with her. If you got a nasty woman, you just got a nasty woman. But if you got a clean girl, guess what? She gonna be keeping herself clean. But when it comes to this companion dog game, you are gonna have to keep her clean, dressed, taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Out of harm's way. So, like Matt say, it's all on you when it comes to that type of stuff. But with all that said, this is gonna be the quickest show. Because it actually stayed within bounds of being, I like to keep my shows at about an hour and a half, hour 45, at the most. But Monday show, it went 4 hours. I think Tuesday show went about 3 hours, but it was so interactive with people asking a lot of questions. So I really appreciate that. It made the shows longer, but guess what? That's what I'm here for. I do the content and I try to answer a little bit in between, but I make sure to come to all of your comments whenever I'm done with whatever I'm presenting to you. But as far as today, I really want to just let you hear out of Matt's mouth his views on several different topics of the dog game, how he got into the game, how he's comes up with his faces, how he feels about dog care, his ideas about about the options and what you can add, and all those type of things, how he feels on companionship. So I thought it was, a super duper important interview to share with you guys. I know all of you aren't nerding out like me, scrounging the internet for anything you can find. And that's what I'm here for, to bring you things that you may not even feel like looking for. So I'm hoping that interview was informative and you got something out of it. Like I say, it's not even about you buying a real dog. It's just about you learning more about the dog game. Even learning more about the real dog just increases your knowledge. So even when you go to another vendor, manufacturer that you want to buy from, and keep in mind, we want you to go through us. But whenever you go through even any of my vendors and manufacturers, you'll just sort of be used to the mentality of what comes with this lifestyle. Maybe that'll help you choose more wisely. And remember, if you want a companion dog, guys, go through me. Help support the show so I can stay here and keep helping others. All you have to do is click on the description, the links in the description of my videos. I have RealDoll all the way down. I have vendors with every brand available. If you go to one of my vendors and you don't see a brand you want, go to the next one. I guarantee you, you will find whatever brand you're looking for amongst all of my vendors. And like I said, you can even get a real doll. You can do all of that right here through the show, through the description of my videos or the about section of my YouTube. If you just want to send a shout out and support the show, you can always donate through the description of my videos or the about section of my YouTube channel through Cash App or PayPal. You already know you can donate during the live stream, super chat, super sticker, or individual videos with a super thanks. But you can also support the show by looking at the show, liking, sharing. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you. But we definitely want to, before we get out of here, seeing God's blessings over your life, whatever you're wishing for, hoping for, believing for, whether that's health, finances, new relationships. We're praying that you have it. We just ask you believe it and then you receive it. So let me check my comments. I don't think I have any more comments right here. I got my guy Doug Spears that showed up a little bit later. What up, Doug? Glad to have you all. This has been a fun show. Like I say, another little video for to share with you guys. And actually tomorrow, I have another little treat for you guys. So just get prepared. We're probably going to have 4, 5, or 6 installments to this series. So just check back in with me. We'll be right back at it tomorrow. God bless you. We appreciate you. But it's been me, JayDollKingHefner, the beautiful Cali Son, and the beautiful Mara Blade. Hope you had fun, but we are finna get the hell up out of here. Yep. It's been a good one, guys. It's been a good one. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know a girl.
No, not that one. Have a good one, guys. We out of here.